The Pick'em, by the way, is live. Thanks to Kim and Texas Beef House, we are going to have a $100 gift card to Texas Beef House for the winner of our Pick'em every week for 15 weeks. Mm-hmm. So you're picking 10 games a week. The Pick'em is up now for this week. I may change it week to week. I've gone through the season and picked 10 games a week, just kind of, just so I have them there. Also, in case I forget. But the games are there. We'll go through each week and check them and maybe change them. So the games are up. The password and the link are on the chat right now. Also, we have a pinned tweet on 365 Sports YT on Twitter to jump in the Pick'em. I'll also have some other prizes throughout the year. Plus, we just found out today, Mullybox has a new thing called Greens Club. And what Greens Club is it is a golf community where it's $39 a month and you get access to private courses that other Greens Club members are on. You get swing lessons that you upload. You take a video of yourself, you upload it. They'll do swing lessons. They have discounts on products and all kind of cool things. We'll take the winners each week and find who might be the ultimate winner. We got to figure out how we're going to do it, but one person is going to get a free membership to the Greens Club at the end of the season as well. And then we'll also probably have some discounted memberships for our people starting out to try it out. But I talked to Joe from Mullybox yesterday in Greens Club. And so it's really cool. Emery's used some of Mullybox's stuff. I know he liked it. Smokey loved the glove that they gave him. So Mullybox and Greens Club is going to be really exciting. They'll probably send us a Mullybox too for somebody that wins. Plus, I have another sponsor that's going to
more.
Yeah, and another sponsor that's going to give out like tailgate gear, tailgate flags, things like that, or gift certificates to that. So that'll be really cool. So
the other gifts he mentioned, you get his glasses.
My glasses.
Your glasses.
I have plenty of these. I'm going to tell you right now, here's something, and everybody who is in the reading glasses community will tell you this. Do you think this is my only pair of reading glasses?
I wouldn't know.
What would you say the over-under of pairs of reading glasses that I have are?
6.
At least 10.
What?
I have reserves because they're all pieces of crap.
Are these like ones you're buying from like CVS?
No, I use peepers.com. Because they look a little bit
doesn't
better.
Sound like an actual web. That doesn't sound nice.
No, it's not. But it's peepers.com is the website.
That sounds like going back to the microphone.
I know. It is a problem. But they have the best ones that are affordable.
We got to rethink our SEO on this, Peeper. Like, what do you think people are coming to your website?
How many people go to peepers.com and are like, oh, reading glasses? Yuck. I want to look in some babe's window.
It's unbelievable.
I thought this was...
I've been duped. I've been had.
I thought this was where there's like a hole in the bathroom.
Peepers.com.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jeepers, creepers. How'd you get those peepers?
Yeah, well, I get what I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But, so that's... No, it's not a great name, but that's what I use. Because they have better looking glasses. Like you go to CVS and you get ones that make you look like Jeffrey Dahmer. And I'm not doing that. Like, occasionally, like I've been on the road and the glasses that I have broken and I've had to go into a Target or a CVS or somewhere and get them. Costco actually has good looking reading glasses. So if there's a Costco there, I'm thrilled to go get their reading glasses. Sam's has some good ones.
Do you just have them like laying around the house?
Different locales, like by my chair where I watch television, there's a pair. There's a pair by my bed. There's a pair in my office. I've got a couple pairs that I bring with me every day.
That's what I figured.
So, and then I have some in reserve for when these ultimately break and you throw them away.
Sound like a gun hoarder.
I mean, it's almost like that, but
I mean, just in case I'm at the ready.
Yeah. I mean, it just, you have to, it's the dumbest. Like I got so mad at the nurse at my eye doctor when she's like, well, you're going to need cheaters. And I was like, what? No. She's like, well, how old are you? I'm like, 41. She's like, that's about the time. And I was like, but my other vision, my regular prescription didn't change. It hasn't changed 5 years in a row. I'm on a streak. Reading glasses though. And then I was like, so then I asked the doctor and he's like, I got the LASIK. So say I get LASIK.
Yeah.
And he's like, still going to need the cheaters.
What?
You're going to fire a laser beam into my eyeball, and it only fixes half of it?
I still have to
F you, science.
I still have to pay $5 at peepers.com.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. No.
Peepers.com. Not what you think.
It's great.
No, that's the other one.
Peepers.org is the one you're looking for. Peepers.edu. It's a college. It's a college.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a college for peepers.
.gov.
Yeah. Back to the Big 12 schedule. Brought to you by Peepers.
This is the most you're the one going there and keeping them in business.
Oh, no,
this is giving them more publicity than they've had.
No, look, I have an affiliate link I can throw up, I think.
No, it's not OnlyFans. Stop asking. Don't put it in the newspaper.
3 perverts arrested today at Peepers.com headquarters for protesting what they actually are.
Yeah.
I don't need reading glasses. I have strangely become nearsighted recently, though.
I don't know how that happened. Don't ask.
Okay, let's go through. I'll kind of cherry pick these here.
Okay.
Because
everyone's playing. There's so many games.
Yeah. Towson at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, again,
31.5, 31 and a half favorite.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. Iowa State, North Dakota.
Not the right North Dakota.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. 28.5 point line. Kansas State at UT Martin. This is where Avery Johnson will score 3 ridiculous touchdowns and then drink water for 2 hours.
And everybody will
and
be
the hype train will
that
start.
makes sense. Yeah.
And then whoever the Williamson guy who did ranked him behind Alan Bowman and others on the PFF poll will be like, I might be wrong about him.
That was an interesting poll,
10th.
to say the least.
Made no sense. None.
Look, I will make an argument that he's first.
He should have been in the top 3. I don't know how he wasn't in the top 3.
I mean, I can make an argument that he's first.
I mean, downs played probably, but
Yeah. I mean, look, you're not going to, Shadur, Noah Fafita, Cam Rising, guys like that. I'm not going to argue with you on those guys. But I will argue with you on the fact that, and no Oklahoma State fan will admit this out loud. They will not admit this out loud. I promise you this. But if I said, let's say Alan Bowman falls into a well and he's not getting out.
yeah,
Breaks his legs.
Lassie is gone.
That's it. He's stuck. And through some sort of bizarre Big 12 rule that if your 31-year-old quarterback falls in a well and breaks his leg and we're not able to retrieve him, we're not able to retrieve him, but your 9th-year quarterback is not able to play.
It's against regulations.
You can take the quarterback off of another team, and that they would be like Avery Johnson. They would do it.
He's the most exciting quarterback that they've had since who's the guy in the early 2000s?
Michael Bishop.
Michael Bishop, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they've had really good quarterback. Don't mean Colin Klein was in the Heisman race, but
Josh Freeman was a really good player.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is another level. Mm-hmm. This is another level. So we get to see what I think will be an impending Heisman campaign either this year or next year begin with Avery Johnson.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen. Iowa State, Rocco Becta, I'm curious to just see, are you better than last year? And he was really good, really efficient last year. Or can you take it from being oh, that was nice to damn. That's what I think that you want to see from Rocco Becht. Oklahoma State and South Dakota State.
I'm interested in this game.
I mean, yeah, South Dakota State, the Dakota State schools, they come to play.
They're only a 10-point favorite. Oklahoma State's only a 10-point favorite. They're ranked 17th.
Well, and both teams, here's the thing, the game's not going to be that long. Both teams are going to shorten the game.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a game that moves really, really fast. And that's because it's going to be a lot of Ollie Gordon. Alan Bowman and Ollie Gordon are probably going to have to play a lot longer than they normally would have to. And I think they're going to win the game. I think they'll win the game comfortably and maybe even beat this spread. But South Dakota State is in this this is a big day for them.
Yeah, I mean, they throw it around the yard a little bit. Their quarterback, it's a Gronkowski or no, Gronowski? Sure. He had 29 touchdowns, 5 interceptions last year, very efficient, but they also love to run the air out of the ball. Their leading rusher had, 1,500 yards last year. Isaiah Davis, he's now on the Jets, by the way.
Yeah.
So in their second leading rusher had 800 yards. Yeah, they're going to really try to run the air out of the ball. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested. Like, Alan Bowman, not good last year.
Yeah. 15 touchdowns,
14 interceptions.
14 interceptions. So he's
Ballin'.
damn near 1-to-1, and
consistent, if not anything.
Their wide receivers are not a problem. They've got dudes that play wide receiver. He's got to be better if they want to win, because here's the difference for Oklahoma State this year is last year, I think the schedule lined up for them a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And of course they had
I thought they were dead, done, and finished early on in the season. Yeah. And I think that's because Gundy's such a good coach, he pulled them out of it. But I don't think Alan Bowman, don't think he's a good quarterback in general. And I think time would prove that because he's been in college for so long. Mm-hmm. If you were great, you'd be in the NFL.
No,
or would have graduated.
And I'll tell you, their schedule down the stretch is a whole lot better than it is early on. And sometimes it's not about the strength of your overall schedule. It's about where the strength gathers itself. And they have a murderous, in my opinion, 3-game stretch, which is Utah at K-State and West Virginia, back to back to back, before their bye week, before their first bye week. Arkansas, that's next week. That one should be interesting just because Arkansas is going to, they've got a coach and a staff that's scrapping, and Taylon Green, who's an interesting quarterback, and all that. I wouldn't be so worried about that if I was Oklahoma State, although you should be worried. They're an SEC team. Like, even a bad one's got stud athletes.
But that's one where Oklahoma State should match them in the trenches. They can hang with Arkansas.
They should handle Arkansas. But that's not one that you can look past. They're at Tulsa.
They also got a coach fighting for a job.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's the painted back into a corner thing, non-conference game, that's kind of scary. But Utah, Kansas State, West Virginia, all back-to-back, all with dynamic quarterbacks, all with ones that you would rather have than yours. I promise you that no matter how much you love Alan Bowman, you'd rather have any of those 3 guys, Garrett Green, Avery Johnson, Cam Rising, than your guy. Then BYU, Baylor, Arizona State. Okay, that could be a get-right stretch, but we also don't know, there's more unknowns about those 3, especially Baylor. Baylor might wind up being good. I don't know. We have no idea.
No clue.
Baylor is going to be this kind of enigma for a few weeks where maybe they're good, maybe they're average, maybe they're bad.
Maybe I'll win the lottery.
Yeah, Royden is enthusiastic about the 2024 season.
If you can tell by the look on my face, I am totally in on what we were doing over there on MLK Drive.
And then here's their stretch at TCU, at home for Tech, and against Colorado. All 3 teams that are in the
about the same tier.
About the same tier right now, that could go, fluctuate. So it's tough. That middle 3 games is going to be so hard for Oklahoma State. And if they come through those 3, if they go through the 3-0, then I'll back off anything I've ever said.
I think they beat Utah, but I think they lose the next 2.
They got Utah at home, and they got West Virginia at home.
Saying. If it was in Utah going to Stillwater, I think they get checked.
But do you get that's just going to be tough. It's going to be a tough stretch. And
is Ollie Gordon suspended at all?
No.
Remember
Mike Gundy was like, "Who among us?"
Oh yeah.
Hasn't
had a few cold pops and gotten behind the wheel,
Listen, here's the thing: you just got to learn how to do it, man.
Yeah.
First of all, 10 and 2.
Yeah.
When you're buzzed, all right.
There's 3 lanes. Visualize the middle one.
None of this one. Also, 5 miles below the speed limit.
Yeah.
Not 10 below. Not 10 over, 5 miles below. As opposed to there's Uber.
Yeah.
Or cabs. There's always been cabs. There have always been cabs. Always.
Somebody got it when we talked about this in the comments. Is he couldn't Uber back to Stillwater. He was in Norman when he got it. You know what's also in Norman? I've been there. Hotels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. There's a few of them.
You could also Uber from Norman to Stillwater.
You could, actually. I think somebody would take you.
Yeah. Ollie Gordon's got an NIL deal. I'm like, Ollie Gordon's not there on minimum wage.
No.
Okay? He's not. He's doing all right.
That being said, I'm really excited to watch him play.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's see. Who have we not?
I mean, we haven't talked about the big one, but
Texas Tech welcomes Abilene Christian. Again,
Go with God.
the quarterback healthy.
Yup.
Keep the quarterback healthy. You want Baron Morton to play most of the games. You cannot have this. All three quarterbacks are going to need a shot to start an equal amount of games this season against our will. Like that's what's happened to them the last couple years. BYU and Southern Illinois. BYU a 14.5-point favorite. They're not saying the quarterback until game time. It might be Gary Bohannon. I hope it is. I think that'll be fun to watch. So
rough beat for if it's not Gary Bohannon. I don't see a world where it's not, but also, indeed, profiles are free. If you're not starting, that's tough. I love Gary Bohannon. I love what he did for Baylor, but I'm also like, you're old.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's see, who have we not? Arizona, New Mexico. Look, New Mexico lost last week to Montana State.
Yeah.
Arizona's good. They should. I don't know if they're going to cover 32 points, but there should be a
Vita's
point in the
gonna
game
run
where
around.
it feels like they should.
Vita's going to run around. He's going to make some unbelievable throws, and then you're just going to be like, oh, I can go to bed.
Yeah.
9:30 kick. Also at 9:30, the same at the same time. Crazy.
Yeah.
Arizona State, Wyoming. Arizona State 6.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Wyoming beat Tech. If you remember,
I do. Hey,
they don't mess around
They
at
almost
Wyoming.
beat Texas.
Yeah, they don't mess around at Wyoming.
this one is in Arizona, but I'm interested to watch it. If 6.5 point favorite, I'll be up. I stay up late.
I'll tell
I don't know
you,
what I'm talking about.
Both Oklahoma State and Wyoming are the Cowboys, and both of them fit that moniker in one way or the other. But Wyoming, embody the way that they play embodies the spirit of a guy that's like riding Broncos and like wrestling bulls and calf roping.
Way from Wyoming.
Yeah,
Not from Billings.
Yeah,
Montana. What am I saying?
yeah, no, the guy, rodeo a rodeo cowboy,
Like reincarnated Lane Frost.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way
What's
that
the
they
city
coach.
in Wyoming? Cheyenne.
Yeah,
Cheyenne. Where Lane died.
Like they take on their personality, like Maryland takes on the personality of the turtle.
One way or another.
We're going to finish this game.
Yeah.
But they really take on their personality, their team name. Now to the big boy, West Virginia and Penn State.
I was going to say Baylor and Tarleton.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Baylor and Tarleton. Baylor should.
Tarleton's 1-0.
Yeah.
Beat McNeese.
Yeah, but in a very close game. It's a good game. But I think Baylor should do well.
Do we live in a world where Baylor can cover a 26.5-point spread?
They better.
Yeah, they better. And I'll tell you this, here's what you need to watch for in this Baylor versus Tarleton game. You need to watch for how well does their offensive line do, or do guys from the level down gash them?
Yeah,
that's
that'll
where
be tough.
you kind of knew it was going to be a problem last year, was
State.
where these guys shouldn't be guys are going to get through and make plays. But if it's repeatedly you guys can't block anything.
How are you getting beat 4-on-5?
They're
not rushing. They're just rushing their line. How are you getting beat like that? That was a problem. I did see Travis Roeder. He put out just real quick. He put out Blake Shapen. Not for nothing. Also last year, just ran into a lot of sacks, and I didn't see it until he broke down the tape. And maybe he was picking and choosing a little bit, but it was also going backwards in the pocket until the outside end collapsed in on him. And you're just like, hey, man, running lane. So I think Daquan Finn will hopefully prevent some of that. But, if they're getting beat hat on hat in this matchup, it's gonna be a tough look. But anyway, the big matchup, the one that everybody's actually going to watch.
Yeah. West Virginia and Penn State. And I think
Prime time, 11 a.m.
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. West Virginia is going to win this game.
Ooh.
West Virginia is going to win this game.
I hope so.
It's in Morgantown, right?
I've never been more of a Mountaineer fan than I am right this week. I am pulling for the Nears. I want them to win this game so badly. So badly.
Man, that place, I would love to see it, but from a distance.
They don't burn couches anymore.
No.
But if they beat Penn State, they should bring it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did they outlaw it?
Yeah, I just think it was a thing that, like, even the students are like, this is kind of
It is getting ridiculous.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, there's, I'm sure there's some furniture stores in town like, no. Hey, whoa. You have any idea how many couches we move out the door after big games? Tons. Don't squat.
Where's our overhead?
Yeah. Well, there goes my third quarter.
Right, yeah.
Thanks a lot, E. Gordon Gee.
I think that crowd, like I said, I'd like to see it from a distance because they're going to be up and at 'em. It's 11 a.m. kick on Fox, nationally televised. A lot of expectations after, they somehow saved his job last year. Brown, right? No,
Neil Brown.
Neil Brown. Yeah, they somehow saved Neil Brown's job. I mean, he saved his own job, if we're being honest. But, a lot of expectations coming in that a lot of dark horse money put onto West Virginia and a lot of expectations onto Garrett Green to run around and make plays, per usual.
Yeah.
We will see, because Penn State is now in the position where if they have their average Penn State season where they win 10 games and then lose the 2 to Michigan, or I don't even know if they're playing Ohio State and Michigan both this year, but then they will still get in the playoffs. They have to win this game.
Yeah.
They have to win this game. If they don't win this game, they're not – bold statement, if they don't win this game, they're not in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure to put on a team early on. All the pressure is on Penn State, in my mind.
Yeah.
Does Drew Aller have it? Is he a viable quarterback? Sure, he can complete the throws given to him, but is he special in any sort of way? And I think a lot of people are going to wake up and watch this game and kind of learn the name of Garrett Green really early on and be like, oh, why are we focused on the players on Penn State? This guy runs like a 4.5.
Yeah. Penn State, 8.5-point favorite. Wrong. West Virginia wins this game.
Should be a 3 at the very
West Virginia wins this game.
Outright?
Wins this game. Wins it. It's a huge, but believe me, I'm sure that Brett Yormark is just like,
oh, it's big for the conference. This is a big
this is one he's going to be like, come on.
Garrett Green, I'm interested to see if he can add. I mean, obviously, he only had a 53% completion percentage last year. I'm interested to see if he can up that. I think if he can get that somewhere in the 60 range, 66 would be awesome. 65% would be awesome.
Yeah.
That adds a completely different dynamic to this offense. If he can throw for 20 touchdowns, that adds a completely different, because he rushed for 13 last year, and that was sort of their offense. They had 3 rushers that went for 800, another guy that nearly went for 800, and then he went for 772. Yeah. But I need some more from their wide receivers and for him in the passing game. Maybe it doesn't matter, but it's going to be tough rushing against that Penn State defense. They're big.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going anywhere with this, but other than to say, if he can add more to his throw game, then I think that watch out, they really are dark horses in the Big 12.
Look, I think they're going to contend all year. I like Garrett Green a lot. I think he's fun. I think he's going to be tough. In the same fashion, I like Avery Johnson. I mean, it's the same kind of thing to me where these guys are just going to make plays. They're just going to make plays and run around and do kind of crazy things. It's kind of incumbent on West Virginia to step with some playmakers, and for Kansas State, same way. But, I like it. All right, with the last 10 minutes of the show, I want to talk about this Connor Stallions documentary, which neither of us have seen yet.
Yeah, this is
We've
really
never
great
seen
bit.
it. But no. My question is, so the NCAA, there's tons of information that's come out that's contradicting some of the things he said in the documentary of where, and one of the big things is that the NCAA asked him about these tickets that he bought for people. And he's like, look, I buy tickets for people. It's, I don't know what this. Sometimes they send me film of games, like, hey, look at this, because they know that's what I'm in. But it's not like it wasn't what I did, dude. This guy, he's a real piece of work. Like, really.
Oh, you don't say.
I mean, the more I find out about him, did you read any of the emails he sent to that high school that he thought he was employed by, but no one actually paid him yet?
What?
Yeah, so he's been hired and fired or not hired at 2 high schools in Detroit.
Okay.
In the last 6 months.
Yep.
And the first one, the guy brought him on, and they, as everywhere when it comes to schools, you have to get school board approval. Well, the school board did not approve him, and so then he's going back and forth and saying, well, I'm owed this, and like, you have a contract. Can you shut that curtain back there, Haas? But it's really quite a man. Like, the guy likes manifestos. He likes manifestos. Like, it's a manifesto. Would you call it also a manifesto chapter 2?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
or
got like some
volume 2.
Very narcissistic stuff.
Yeah. I should have this. And then another school tried to hire him, and then they're like, no, we don't want this guy. We don't want him.
Yeah.
And I think the basic thing is the high schools don't want him because he's odd.
I just also don't think that, shout out to all the high school PR people. It's like they don't want to deal with it either. Yeah. We don't need this at our school where we're just trying to educate 15-year-olds. Like, we don't need Connor Stallions running amok.
That, and I think that here's the other thing. Had this gone through, I don't know how the coaching community in Michigan is, but I know how most high school football coaching communities are. Whether he's going to steal your signals or not, and in high school, it's way easier.
Oh, yeah.
I can do it, okay? Believe me, I can do it. I had Temples down pat a couple years ago. I had them down pat a few years ago, and Temple was really, really good. So, and basically sometimes
run the touchdown play.
Yeah, and so here's the thing: sometimes high schools, they know that you're going to look and be like, the coach is going to be like, he's going to run the slant, and they're like, Quentin Johnson's a wide receiver.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Good luck, Corey.
Yeah. I know you just got
5'7" safety.
I know you just got an F on your math test today, but cover this future NFL player.
I got a helmet sticker last week. Yeah, well,
good for you, buddy. This guy's 6'3". He runs a 4.8.
That's not fast.
No, I mean 4.6. Sorry.
Yeah.
For high school, it is going to be.
This guy's an NFL receiver, so good luck with that. So
I think I've been blissfully unaware of a lot of things that have happened with Connor Stallions.
Yeah, no, it's great. I just think that also if you're Netflix and you've released this documentary, like, you're going to be like, oh, this is great. All this new information is coming out. People are going to want to watch it, and then you might be the documentary makers and go, well, I wish we'd have known that before we did it. And maybe they did, but apparently from people who have seen it and also now read this information, there's a lot that does not overlap. Which
in the
is
documentary.
Unfortunate. Yeah. But like I said, Netflix sports documentaries telling 70% of the story 20% of the time.
Right. Also, it just comes down to when they make these, I'm a big proponent of making these documentaries when people when things have happened years in the past.
Well, I think perspective is important, not months.
No, exactly. Yeah. You have to like, we've gotten into this string of, because it's popular now, we can make a documentary about it, quote unquote documentary about it now, when, again, like you said, nothing's come out yet.
Yeah.
It's like making a biopic about, they're making a biopic about Britney Spears. Britney Spears is 40.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Can't do it.
No.
They have to be 80 or dead.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, that's just how.
They gotta, here's the thing. If they're alive, they got to roll them out to the premiere, and people are going to be like, oh, my God. Look at Ray Charles.
Look at you.
Look at him. Hey, Ray's going to listen to this movie.
Still do it. Wow. Huh.
Did you just hear what I said?
Yeah, I know.
I was wondering how long it's going to take him.
No, I got it. I was trying to blow past it. And ignore it. just couldn't anymore.
Well, so, but yeah. Well, but you know what? That's an ender right there.
Yep.
That's an ender.
Didn't need peepers.
That's it. That's an ender. This show's been brought to you by Peepers.com, not Peepers.net.
Yeah.
Peepers.com. Peepers.com. Get your reading glasses there so you don't look like a serial killer.
Peepers.com. Go away.
Peepers.com, not what the perfs thought it was.
Yeah. Peepers.com. Your mom can go to this one. It's fine.
Yeah. Get her a gift certificate. It's fine.
Yeah,
she
it's
probably
good.
needs it. Probably needs it. That's going to do it for us today. We are loaded.